ARESxGOD here, and man oh man, we really do need to talk about rezero today. This episode was... damn. Let's get into it and see exactly what happened. Now, it picks off right where last week's episode ended, with Ram, Otto, and Subaru making their plan to escape, to actually get Subaru out of the sanctuary. But Subaru has other plans, and we kinda all saw this. He wants to talk to Roswell. He put it off for 3 days. Well, in this case, he was sidetracked by Yuzu and Garfield. But he still definitely has to talk with Roswell, seeing everything that's happened. Now, he finally gets to have his conversation with Roswell, and we find some very good key pieces of information mainly here. Now, most important one is that we get confirmation that Beatrice is not a member of the witch cult, but she still has a sort of connection. It still hasn't been completely explained. And the book she was holding was not exactly a gospel. Seems to be one of the two texts, the copies, that is able to tell the actual future, like the true future, compared to everything else. And also about the gospels, the witch cultists have been using, we find out that they're defective units. Now, are they copy of the same two ones that are able to tell the futures? Or Roswell says something else also very interesting. That the two texts that tell the future, they are very close to the Tome of Wisdom. Like they're the closest things to it. What's the Tome of Wisdom? Tome of Wisdom, I'm sorry. I don't know. Is it some magic book? Is it something that also tells the future? We don't know. We just had a name drop, and that's it. Now, also, since the Gospels are defective units, does it mean they were defective as copies? Were they intended for a different purpose? We still don't know. And from Roswell, he tells Subaru again that Roswell said you are to ask the question. Now, but he also gives him something else compared to this, because this was said to him through Ram in one of the past tries that Subaru had before he died. If you remember the message he got from Roswell through Ram. Now, he also tells him to get Beatrice to ask the question, and when she actually asks the question, he needs to tell her, I am that person. Now, and this would mean that Beatrice would actually get on her side, on Subaru's side, and they would become allies because of the contract she's in. Now, we don't know the details of the contract, but I'll say one thing. I'm very happy that Beatrice is not a witch cultist. You can even see on Subaru's face how much it pained him to ask that to Roswell. He didn't want to be enemies with Beatrice. He cares very much for her. I think the feeling is mutual. If you remember how Beatrice reacted when Subaru was dying near her, she tried to heal him. She cares about him, but the contract or something else is preventing her from being honest with her feelings. I really hope we're gonna get more information about Beatrice. She's probably one of my favorite characters in the series. And I love her quirky talk, so to say. Kashira, or how she says, I suppose. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing. And the way she interacts with Subaru, their small bickering back and forth and so on, is probably one of the cutest things in the series. Hopefully they get to have the conversation to fix some things between them and understand each other more, because they very much deserve it. As for Roswell, man, this dude just bugs me to no end. What is he trying to do every time? Like, you can even see in the way he's talking, he has an agenda. He knows something, he's not telling Subaru everything. Everybody around him knows he's sketchy as hell. The only person that I think would have faith completely in him or do anything he says is Ram. But I really hope she's gonna have a limit at some point, even her, because this guy needs to explain himself. What's up with you, Roswell? We need answers, dude. Stop playing games, talking in riddles, being mysterious, sketchy as hell. Just give it plain and simple. What's up with you? What do you want? Come on, man. Don't leave me like this. I need to know. Roswell, dude, get it together. For my sake and for Subaru's sake. Please. Now, After this entire conversation with Roswell, they finally decide to leave, are having their discussion of how to go about things, but they get interrupted by Garfield, who's very, very mad. You can see him just having an aura around him, pure rage and his magic. Now, the main problem, it seems that somebody leaked their plans. So, there's either a traitor between them, or I don't know, they were caught somewhere talking. I don't know, but I'm gonna assume it's a traitor, because honestly, this is most likely. Somebody betrayed them, because we find out that Ram and Otto weren't the only ones that were helping Subaru. Ram was ordered by Roswell to help Subaru any way she can. But it seems that the villagers were also part of this, helping Subaru with everything. And we'll get to that a bit later on. Now, like I said, Garfield, very, very mad. He wouldn't take no for an answer. He just wants either complete surrender or be ready for a full force attack. Subaru didn't understand this because Garfield was using something Subaru hasn't learned yet in the world, like an old story, so to say, like a phrase that you wouldn't be able to understand unless you had some history with it. And you can see Ram and Otto immediately going on the defensive as soon as he said that, because you either take my way or the highway. That was Garfield's mentality. He didn't trust Subaru, didn't have faith in everything. He just wanted to protect the sanctuary, even though he doesn't get the full situation, so to say. Now, Garfield, I gotta say it, looking badass with his transformation. Even though he's in the wrong, I still like Garfield. And you can see that he admits he likes Ram quite a lot, but even then he's willing to get over that to protect the sanctuary. Like I said, I'll twist your arm no matter what you say, even though I like you, you're still not gonna be able to stop me. And they try to get Subaru to run. Otto grabs him and they take Patrash. And you have Big Daddy Garfield after them, just smashing everything he can, just getting there as fast as he can. And the aura and the shockwave he pushes out, man, I don't know how they're gonna win against Garfield unless they befriend him or stop him from actually going through with his transformation. Like the first time around, him and Subaru actually befriended, so to say, got along, was much better. But after he rushed like his multiple attempts, the relationship has gotten worse and worse. I don't know how they're gonna get past the Garfield obstacle, because we see he's very stubborn, mad, and also very powerful. Because Subaru got so scared, he said, okay, I'll do anything you say, just stop hurting everybody else. Because, like I said, the villagers were trying to help him, just guide him out of the sanctuary with torches and so on, just supporting Subaru as much as possible. And you can see how much that meant to him also. It tells him that his efforts haven't been for nothing. First was Subaru, first was Otto, considering him a friend. Now everybody around him has people he can rely on. He's not always alone. So everything he did so far matters quite a lot for everybody else, not just our main characters and the people he had most interactions with. Even a small character can feel the impact that Subaru had in the world. But Garfield wasn't having any of it. Like I said, Subaru wanted to surrender, said okay, you win. He was trembling with fear. Garfield, no, I won't have this. Now, here comes best boy Otto to the rescue. Otto, man, I love you, dude, but why did you have to go like that? Otto pushes Subaru out of the way and just gets completely smashed, like sectioned off in half by Garfield. That one hurt, actually. Rip Otto, man, he deserves much better. Really hope we're gonna get a reset after this, because I need my boy Otto to be back. And let's not forget Patrash. What Patrash did over there cannot be understated. He pulled Subaru by his jacket, just dragged him out and pushed him out of the barrier, and you can see him stay in the back and Garfield behind them, being ready to kill them all. My respect to Otto and Patrash. Like I said, please give us a reset. These two guys deserve it, and Subaru also, because he lost very important persons to him. So, thank you very much, Otto and Patrash. Hope to see you again in the next reset. And Garfield, I don't know how they're gonna deal with him. Honestly, maybe they need to have the same conversation as the beginning, take it slowly with him. Also bring Yuzu, the lolly grandma girl, into the conversation. There needs to be more back and forth. So, after Subaru gets pushed out of the barrier, he suddenly wakes up in the dungeon, in the sanctuary. The sanctuary is empty, there's snow everywhere, there's nobody there. He goes outside and, hey, there's a cute rabbit. Nice, who doesn't like rabbits, am I right? Goes to touch him. Surprise, that's not a normal rabbit. Demonic killer rabbit just takes his hand, starts chewing on his finger. He also loses a leg. But that's not the scariest part, honestly, because, okay, that hurts a lot, it's scary, but there's only one. Well, at least we thought so. Camera pans out, a swarm, like a literal swarm of rabbits, of demonic killer rabbits over there. I'm like, ooh, no. I see where this is going, but still. I can't even imagine myself in that position. Probably the same reaction as Subaru, or even worse. I'm not even joking. You can tell me whatever you want, no matter how brave you are. When you see those rabbits, demonic rabbits looking at you, no. You're not gonna make it out alive. And of course, Subaru doesn't just get swarmed and completely eaten alive. And that, ouch, that's probably one of the most gruesome deaths Subaru has ever had up to now. And can you even see him when he goes back to his checkpoint, returned by death? His mind can't take it anymore. Like, I completely understand that. Imagine being eaten alive by rabbits. Oof. You can see him smashing his head in the floor near Emilia. He didn't even went to comfort Emilia. Was completely broken. He couldn't take it anymore. This death, I think, probably hit him the hardest, like physically and mentally, compared to everything else. But thankfully, Echidna comes to the rescue and calms him down a bit thanks to her special bodily fluid tea he had before. And now he's back in her world over there at the tea party. Got another invitation. And you can see him feeling better, being calm. Even he is surprised that he is that calm. I don't know if he would have been able to recover on his own after that death. And he's happy to see Echidna again. But he also wants to remember this. Mainly because, why wouldn't you want to remember this conversation with the Witch of Greed? And also wants to keep this calmness to also affect him back in the real world. And he manages to overwhelm Echidna again, so Echidna loses. It's 2-0 against Subaru this time, and yes, I'm gonna keep score. It gets flustered and blushes when he gets so close to her. She can't take it anymore. She says, okay, you win. I like that. We gotta love Echidna. Now, the most important part that happened here, besides him having her promise that he will remember the conversation, or the tea party in this case, is that he was finally able to say it, to let it all out. I can't even imagine how good that felt, to finally be able to tell something you haven't been able to tell out of fear and out of massive consequences. Like an immense load of his shoulders must have been taken off, being able to say, I returned by death when I died to Echidna. Like, he broke down emotionally. I think this was very, very needed for Subaru, like an outlet to be able to talk to anybody or somebody or something to comfort him a bit through everything he has been through. This will probably be one of the most important moments in his life, honestly. The way he was finally able to let it out. And Echidna already knew, because this was a test by Subaru to see if he would get affected by the consequences of telling somebody. But nothing happened when he told her, and that's why he was finally able to say it. But Echidna knew, and she was watching him, she knew what he went through, and I like that she instantly went to console him. Like, you can see how much that mattered. She was in the perfect moment at the perfect time there. This was just amazing. I'm very happy for Subaru to finally be able to have somebody to confide in. Echidna, best girl confirmed. Now, she's also very greedy, as per her name, Witch of Greed. She wants to hear everything and anything from him in his own words, through what he's been, what happened. Even though she already knows, she wants to hear it straight from the source. And what can I say? Echidna best girl so far. But I don't know. I might be repeating myself, but I can't even put it into words how good that must have felt for Subaru to be able to discharge, so to say, to let it out. Just imagine, just remember through everything he's been through so far. First season, this season, what he's lost, how many times he died, the world he lost first coming here, and finally being able to talk about it. This is like a therapy session waiting to happen with bodily fluid tea. Yeah, he drank the tea again, but he forgot it was Echidna's bodily fluid. Man, we need more tea parties. I think best part of the season are the tea parties so far. But yeah. Also, note to self, do not touch the rabbit. Do not touch the rabbit. Please. Please. Don't touch it. It's not worth it. If you see a rabbit, run off. And I need to make an appointment to Echidna also. I need some comforting. Please. Who do I call? Where do I sign up? So, get me in there. Now, overall, this episode was amazing. We got a lot of information. Amazing scenes, honestly. But what's up with the rabbits, though? How do they fit in the story? From where are they? What is their purpose? Who? Somebody called them. And we still haven't found anything about Elsa. Like, again, more and more and more questions. This time we got a lot more questions than answers, I think, this episode. The rabbits, how Echidna was able to know everything about Return by Death and not be affected by it. What's up with this I am that person from Roswell and Beatrice. The book that Beatrice has. What's the deal with Garfield and Yuzu that they're so mad and willing to kill? So many questions. Don't even get me started again on Roswell. Now, I gotta say, overall this episode was amazing. I'm curious what you guys thought about it. Let me know down in the comments below. Let's have a conversation between this. I love talking about anime, especially about ReZero. There's so many stuff to talk about and so many theories. Please let me know. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. Keep enjoying ReZero, and I'll see you again the next time. And remember, Echidna best girl. Bye bye.